Oh, damn. That seems actually good.
The big... Oh, yeah, that's true. Have you seen any big black slime? Oh, yeah, yeah. These guys almost always drop keys. The big black slimes.
Big black slimes. The BBS. What? Sorry.
God damn it.
To have a toast.
What is the DPS of your current summon staff?
It says it's low, but the minions have a chance to like triple fucking hit. But I got a necro style
Okay,
sites.
I just found one of those.
I'm gonna have to look at the wiki and see if that's better. The slimes always drop keys or no?
I'm almost positive they always drop keys. Like, you can see keys inside of them.
Okay, I'll have to look. It's just the dungeon slime, right? That's all.
Yeah, yeah, dungeon slimes.
Huh.
Why, did they not for you?
See if, well, I mean, let's see if it's key dropped. I'm not sure.
Make sure you have like enough inventory space.
Oh, it did. It did.
Oh, adept magic missile.
Yeah, I've got a lot of.
Are you excited to kill Arc Somber?
Nick's character's being a little bitch.
We don't need him for that.
That's right.
Oh my god. Golden key.
My shine potion, soy. Run away.
All the hooks don't build into some super hook or some dumb
Brian
shit, right?
Scholar, 20 Canadian dollars.
Can you imagine?
Rap for you.
just making
Any
sure.
welfare state
I
is
need to, like,
corrupt.
keep these
It's a fact.
or
The only
something.
question is size of the cut.
If an item doesn't say material, just trash it. Oh, I see material. Yeah, okay. Should we be marking these chests?
I'm probably gonna just go back through with a spelunking potion and find him quickly.
Not the yellow chest. There's you can find special biome chests.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think I've seen those yet. You good if I go back in depot and wormhole to you?
Go for it. Oh my god, 2 biome chests.
Boy.
Oh my god, 3 bound. Wait, I'm getting super lucky. Are these like all right next to each other? Hello, soy monster.
Oh.
Oh, a vault and piggy bank. Oh, in 1.4, there's an extra storage item. I don't know if that exists in this mod though. In Calamity. Like a void thing or something, right? Okay, I think I've explored almost all of this. Or the void bag. Does that exist in this? In Calamity?
Oh, you have a lot of weird chests down here today.
Yeah, these are what I'm talking about, the biome chests.
Yeah. How do you get those keys?
I don't even remember, to be honest. I don't think I ever give a fuck about them. Because you
Are
can
they
like,
like ever super worth or not?
they can be, but it's like, you get like 1 per world of each biome, and there's like a chance that good stuff appears, but usually you just get fucked by cuck dumb shit or something. I don't know.
Fuck, how the fuck do I get out of this hellhole?
Do you need one of these? Do you have a tally counter?
I will need one. I have not had that.
There's one sitting over here, but I don't have the inventory space for it, so if you want it, you gotta get it.
Coming.
Okay, I just picked it up like a soy fuck. Here,
Okay.
dropped it. Right there.
Brian Sculler, 20 Canadian dollars. If abortions are okay, can we keep the fetuses in the incubators for 40 years until mom needs a new heart or liver?
I don't think it works that way, my dude.
How the fuck do I get it back up?
Oh, look at the map.
Really sweet. Well, I can't see that.
Oh, true.
Your tense. You apply excessive force. I control that force through fluid motion.
I remember. Oh man, here's the thing. Okay, so I don't know how many people know this or not. Okay, another fun Destiny fact for you. Okay, it is arguable whether Bruce Lee was ever actually a good fighter. Okay, nobody really actually knows. He didn't compete or anything, or have like any official fights or anything. And everything related to like Jeet Kune Do and his like flow like water and all that shit. Nobody actually fights like that. Nobody uses that for like actual like combat. So there's your. I remember we argued this once on stream, and there was some Bruce Lee fan that joined my Discord that was super triggered for a long fucking time over it.
Do you see now? It means becoming like clear water.
Water.
Right. Water can take any form. It drifts without ever one moment and it pounds down in a torrent of very next.
Same with Steve Seagal and Chuck Norris. I thought Chuck Norris competed in something like local karate or something tournaments. Steven Seagal can't do anything ever. That guy's not even remote.
What do you mean? He's the Aikido master. It's cringe of you to assume otherwise.
Sure, Bruce Lee's son died. Didn't he get like shot or something in like a gang thing or something? I don't remember. Something like that, I thought. Shot on set filming a movie. You made the argument with Devin? Oh yeah, because Devin tried to argue that Aikido was like a real martial art and you could like control energy and shit. Oh god.
Good times.
What do you mean by that?
It's good arguments.
There was a part of a blank that fired out of a gun while they were filming the crone and killed him. Oh yeah, blanks can be really dangerous, by the way. If you put a blank up to your forehead and fire it, like right next to your head, you'll probably die because the air being expelled comes out like really, really, really fast and will kill you. A lot of very highly pressurized stuff that you don't think can kill you can kill you. If you take like I don't know if you could do it with like a normal water like pressure cleaner, but I know like what they use in auto shops and shit. If you were to press that to somebody's skin and start firing, then the water can like enter the skin and the bloodstream and like kill you and shit. It's like really bad for you as well. You might even be able to do it with a pressurized air thing too.
Not so hacked, $5. Bruce Lee beat Chuck Norris in the Dragon movie Checkmate Athistis.
Yes, blue, I remember. Be blue.
Have you found an alchemy thing? Alchemy table?
I found a few. I've passed some.
Okay.
I'm holding one though. Yeah, why?
As long as you got one, yeah. I didn't know if I saw one. I must have. I just must not have known it was. My God, I just got like fucking 20 gold.
Oh shit! You must have found your mom's purse.
I just found one.
Dude died because someone fired an compressor gun in their ass as a prank. Yeah.
I got a handgun.
Yeah, I got a forceful handgun.
Have you watched this before from Behind the Curve documentary? Lol.
I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, I'm trashing yo-yos because I don't know what the fuck.
Those are cringe weapons anyways.
Okay, do you have a fuck ton of inventory space?
A fuck ton? No. Wait, I just found some weird area that if I try to mine it, it like hurts me.
Is it like a trap or? Oh, where the fuck are you? How the fuck did you get over there?
I don't know. There's like a chest over there.
Wait, did you teleport over there?
No, I just mined over there.
Oh, you mined? Like you're not in the dungeon anymore?
No, I just mined out of the dungeon.
Cringe.
Whatever, I'm gonna just let that be.
Is there anything else we're looking for in these golden chests, guys? Oh. How did you get back over here so fast?
Just walked.
Oh, you're in the sulfur sea. That's why you're taking too much.
Oh, there was like unmineable shit over there.
Are there any more unopened chests? Did you get a summoning table? Is that this? Wait, did you get a summoning table?
I did not get one yet.
Oh, shit. I have an alchemy table.
I've gotten that.
Brian Scholar, 30 Canadian dollars. I want to save women and their families with the previously discarded biomatter. Aborted biomass can be recycled. For environment and women.
God damn it. I have another schizophrenic person donating money to me. How do you crazy people get so much money?
They're sadly all probably comp sires who went insane for gaming.
What?
They went nuts. Getting trued by a lot of people, that's how you know. Yeah, I trashed you, yeah.
Whoa, are you serious? He's mad. Can you start mining with water candles?
I have no inventory space. So.
Yeah, well, I have no inventory space, so.
Go back.
I don't. Oh, wait. Yeah, hold on. Do you have to stay in here, okay?
Hey, wait, hold on. I'm kind of low.
Don't, just don't die.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm not
Stay
gonna
in
die.
the spot and heal. Don't be a fucking nub. God. All right, alchemy table goes. No. If I put the alchemy table here, will it automatically use it while I'm crafting out here? Or? Does it? I don't even know. Whatever. Just put it in the crafting station? I tried to, but it wouldn't go. Alchemy table. Oh, wait. Oh, weird. The click is really off in this. Never mind. Okay, I see. Consumes bone, places bone. Okay. You're not dying, right?
Oh, man.
Jesus.
I actually came up with a chant. I hope it catches on at like man's rallies. Clap, clap, clap. We're gonna advocate. Clap, clap, clap. We're standing up. Clap, clap, clap. We're gonna advocate. Clap, clap, clap. We're standing up.
You guys are bullying now. Any chest?
There has to be more.
Why?
Just feel it. Okay, I'll be right back. You stay here.
Why do you dig out to teleport?
I wasn't digging out to teleport. I was getting shit.
What are you getting up there?
There was a chest.
What? Like a
It
yacht?
wasn't a dungeon chest. It was just a chest.
I don't think those
I'm
things
not
have
just gonna
anything
leave it.
good for us anymore.
There's some gold in there usually.
Oh my god.
You're coping
I
right
am
now.
cringing.
No, they're not.
Jesus.
I hate you.
Why?
The song says.
Oh.
That's why.
So the song told you to jump off a bridge. Jump off a
Depends on
bridge.
the song. Depends if it's a banger. Oh, so you can't find anything new anymore. I just found a godly Triton.
Oh, wow. Is it a +3 Triton?
It was godly. I don't know. Wasn't as good as the Koi would give us, that's for sure.
You know we're not gonna get like any more good. Aside from these questions, we're not getting.
We're never
anything
getting any
good.
more good gear. Yeah,
Never getting any more. It's all
the
gonna
gear
be
is over. Yeah, the
garbage gear from here on
gear is
out.
over. Yes, he's done.
So
All right, so you guys ready to fight
Azeron-
Scoria?
Azeron has a +1 arming sword, 3 potions. Need to get those identified.
There's a fish summoning staff and the abyss shadow chest. Does that mean anything to you?
Fish summoning staff.
He said, "Ooh, summoning staff."
Oh, you're the summoner guy. I don't fucking know.
So the staffs that I want are the Koro slime staff, which we get from the slime god.
Who's the next boss we're supposed to fight?
Slime god,
Okay.
probably. Chad, how do we fight the slime god?
Just look in the book. It literally tells you everything in this game.
I don't think I see him in there.
How much you wanna bet?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I know.
We need blighted gel and any evil block. Do we have? We probably have that.
Did you get the summoning table yet?
Summoning table?
Didn't you say you were
I
looking for a
didn't see that
summoning
at all.
table in here?
No, someone in chat said that. Something about a
Fuck.
summoning
I thought it was the. I thought the alchemy table gave you a +2 summon, but it's not. It was a summoning. I don't know where it is. In.
I believe that is the bewitching table. Yeah, it is the bewitching table. Yeah, it's the bewitching table. That guy's done.
Did you find that?
Yep. Two.
Oh.
That's been fun. I think we're done in here.
Did you go back to the beginning and open those chests in the beginning of the dungeon?
I'm doing it right now. That's what I'm doing.
How many keys do you have? Oh, is that another chest you opened and you didn't mine it?
Yeah, I've been doing that, but we're never coming back here, so
Yeah.
yeah. I love little anime girls. They make me feel so good. Problem?
No, not inside.
Where are my minions at?
Look at me move, guys. I move like XGC. Moot moves like Forsen.
What do you mean Forsen's winning in the race right now? XGC has not beat him.
Well,
I'll take
it's
that.
Not good. He wins because of RNG. That's it.
My minions would fuck you up. All right, was that it? Are we done? Yeah, I remember when he got mad at me for following him when there were no fucking branching paths because we were at the start.
No, that's because you were just sucking on it. Oh,
You got a
another
little
chest.
skeleton dude following you. How do you open this one?
That looks like a biome chest.
Let's see. All right, slime god time.
Elon Musk, guys, he's pumping and dumping and pumping.
Any evil block. What does that mean?
Don't worry about it, man. You wouldn't understand.
Even so.
Why are these only 80 silver? These are high-level weapons. Fuck this guy. Wait, you said you bought a... Did you buy a DPS meter?
There's one in the thing. Yeah, I did.
We don't have an extra metal detector, right?
Metal detector?
Or any metal detector? No.
No. We could probably maybe make one.
No.
Okay. Slime god, let's go.
Do you know where it is?
It's gonna be on the right side of the map.
What am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for.
I'm gonna make 4 of the items.
4 what items?
Slime god items, because I need this his staff and shit.
Okay.
I love little anime
Stop.
studios.
Why are you doing this? Why are you
I
like
can't
this?
love small studios.
Why are you doing this? You guys tell me why he's like this?
It's a good bit.
Okay, this music's not doing it. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. We're supposed to kill the perforators next.
We can't. We don't have that type of
Yeah.
biome.
Who told you
People
that?
in chat were saying.
Who told you that? What did I tell you about listening to chat?
You said listen to them.
You gnome fuck!
You said you don't have wings, right?
Nope. Coming back. Okay, I made slime gods.
Do you want to try to kill this perforator boss or no?
No, I'd rather kill the slime god so I can get my buff.
Okay, go.
Can I summon him here?
Yeah, right here. Fuck it.
Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second. I want to get my summoning potion. Oh, I have it. Ah!
Great, now I'm getting killed. Thanks, Mooten. Oh, those are enemy things. Okay.
I'm dead.
Don't worry, guys. Mooten's gonna come back in and join the fight. Coca.
Yeah. I'm coming, soy. The real DPS is here, baby.
What is that?
I just got a fuckload of damage on me. I don't know what that was.
Oh, there's like a thing flying in the air.
Cool. Probably did. Well, Real DPS is dead.
Oh. Well. It's Ben Soy, fellas. You got it. I'm sorry, never mind.
It's fine. I didn't have any arrows.
Oh,
That was
yeah?
the fucking issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big issue. Grenade shell, what the fuck? Alright, tell me when you're ready again.
Let's put all my stuff on. Should I put... We don't have any like lanterns or campfires set up at our base also.
I'm gonna try this new staff out.
Soy. Is there seriously no way to make the cursor bigger? Oh, jeez. Okay, this helps. Thank God.
Staff is at the necrosteocytes.
Okay.
You ready?
I was born ready for this one, baby.
My guys aren't doing fuck all.
Oh, fuck. Alright, Moody. This one's gonna be This one's gonna be all you, Moody, babe. Oh, fuck! Good luck, Moody. Oh, that shit's going all the way down to hell.
Are you alive yet?
No, it's gonna be a long time. You're on your own.
Okay, this
Goodbye.
one's dead then. Oh, because you fell. Alright, whatever.
Oh my God! Why? Okay, well. Nice.
Oh, I'm about to come coming on. Half of your shit's up here, by the way.
Where? Oh, just don't grab it.
I gotta touch it. these guys coming?
Where?
I don't know. I still see the slime shit on the side of my screen.
My balloons aren't down here, dude. Fuck me. Oh wait, I have a hook. Well, we're gonna have to summon him again, right?
Yeah, I got 8 more.
8 more, all right. Oh, we do have our balloons. Oh, okay.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna feed my cat.
Cringe, kind of, bro. Oh, cool. Fuck all. No rift
Yeah,
today?
wait, whatever.
We probably will if we kill this boss. Okay, chill. I'm coming. Climbing back up. Oh, how's our jungle coming? Oh, is that an underground jungle? I can't tell. I don't think so. Oh, no, wait, I think it is. Oh, cool. Okay. You can fish for your shit later if you need to.
Amazing. Ready?
Nope.
Okay, take your time. Those skeletons that you have out are fucking trash.
Oh, are they?
I hate mine didn't do anything. They were running around like fucking morons.
Do you ever think maybe it's just your trash?
No. Impossible to me.
Okay. All right, potions. Should I set up like a lantern and campfire, at least one in the middle? Okay, never mind. You have no normal wood in here at all? I find that hard to believe.
We need a DPS meter so I can just tell these morons to suck my fucking cock.
Whoa! What the move? Do you have one piece of wood or stone or something on you?
Yeah?
Wait, hold on. Can you put it right here?
Sure. I don't know where here is, but... Oh, I see what you're talking about. But when you and your 9 fucking things are standing over it...
Alright, babe.
Okay, hold on, let me buff up.
Just push B.
Yeah, I did.
And go, babe. Oh my god. Okay. Good luck, Moody Kicks.
Hanging out.
We can't kill their dumbass little things, can we?
Doesn't
No,
seem so.
fucking annoying.
Might need to go visit the healer.
Good luck. I'm sure you can heal just fine, Coca. They'll let you heal.
They'll let me heal. I think we're getting them.
Yeah, I'm getting them. But I figured it out. I figured out the pattern, Moot.
My minions are fucking them up, right? Coca. Yeah, we got them.
I'm just a fucking god, dude. I carried this fight, okay?
I don't
See
know
if
what
Moot
is
can
hitting me.
Finish him off. There it is. He's going for it.
My
Whoa.
minions aren't that good at it. Because they're slow as fuck. You're gonna need to finish it off or you're just gonna watch me die.
Coca. I can't hit it either.
Who would win? What is this thing that makes me hover? It's actually
It's when it
pisses me
attacks
off
you.
really bad.
Wait, I'm at like 20 life, Moot.
You're not. I see you at 300. Shut up. My gold.
Okay, well, he's aggroed on you now, sounds like. 0.7. You got it, Coca. New record, Moot.
Omega sword. Do these things just stay for an hour?
They stay forever, Moot.
We need to fucking hope that I got the item that I needed.
10. To be able to slide
Hey,
around.
what items did you get?
I don't know. Hold on.
Did you
What,
get
who would want to
staff?
slide? Ew, fuck this. Huh. Got that item.
I don't think that's what I want.
The
Oh,
overload
the
with
corrosive
blast.
slime staff or the crim slime staff.
I ain't got any of that shit.
Hey, well, we do it again. You ready?
No. Can't you make armor with this purified gel?
I don't. No, it's not better than the bee armor.
Interesting.
Chat, for summoning, it is not better than the bee armor. I don't know, unless this wiki's wrong.
It's not wrong. The wiki's never wrong, Coca. Do you need this Eldritch Tome?
I don't think so.
Magic shit? No, okay. Oleggy Milik. Are you ready?
Hey, ready for you.
Oh, and I need dumbass buff potions.
Better, faster, stronger.
What?
Are you using all my potions? Tell me when you're in.
Checking out this.
When is leak? You need to play soon so you don't rage at the Korean tryhard rumbles.
Yeah. Oh shit. You're right. Okay.
It's already too late, Steve. The Koreans.
No. And it's not Koreans. It's Chinese people.
My bad. My bad, sir.
Caleb the musician.
Oh, wait, do we-
$5. Beer tutorial.
This is where I do the big deep guess. I see.
Dumbass.
His slime ball's on me.
Cool. Deal with it. What is happening right now? Get away from me, Moon. You're fucking my... I got a rhythm going right now, okay?
Be Steven do Calamity boss fights without music on. Be retarded.
God, I'm just fucking soying this battle up. I'm just crushing these guys. Let's see, Mr. Moon dead in 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, never mind, you're lucky. We reminded him to potion though. He smashed that potion.
I was smashing it.
He
'cause I didn't have
smashed that potion button.
A doctor?
What? Oh.
It's just a big guy, yeah.
Cool. Just come stand on top of me.
Yeah, we should say that. Out of mana.
Cool.
Good luck.
Can you please die?
New record, soy.
Sorry. Ooh, we got a staff. Is this what you were looking for?
Yep.
Psych. I did actually get a staff. That's it?
Yep, I got the staffs. Amazing.
It does. Wait, hold on. Where are you? Here, stand still for a second.
A little better.
That's friendly fire to me.
Oh.
Oh no, wait, no, it doesn't. Wait, what hit me before up here? Oh, it was just
one of the
an.
things.
It was one of his old things, I think.
Hey, I guess I'll use a Koro staff.
Why?
Let's see.
Sorry.
Can you make a DPS meter yet?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean a dummy?
Yeah, I don't know how to make it.
Just like how to make hay.
You know, it's not kind of my thing.
Oh well. What is the next set of armor, guys? It comes from the purified gel. Statagel. Is it good? Or Statagel? Oh god, you need Hellstone again for it? Okay, that's a future, it's a later thing. Do you feel like some League?
am I ready? We can, you know, I could do a few games. Hold on, let me reforge. Whatever, we take those. From the Abyssal Crate. How the fuck do I get those? You gotta fish them up?
Ask your mom.
Sulfurous seed. Hate you more.
Heads up, anybody that links pictures of studies and doesn't actually link the study, that should be like a huge red flag to you.
You gnome fuck!
How do we not get any Abyssal Crates? What the fuck?
The study is linked in the tweet. Where? How do we not get any what?
Abyssal Crates. Got him.
Fuck.
All right, I'm gonna go pee right back.
Okay, what do you see a study link in a tweet? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Or I'm just stupid. Unless it's this.
Wait, are Abyssal Crates something you fish up, chat?
Oh,
It's a
crazy,
fishing
sorry. I
crate.
think.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna fish while you eat. Hello, cake. More like bake.
Okay, hold on. I go rinse my hands 1 second.
Take your time, I'm good.
Fuck you. Okay, where is this Brian Sculler guy that linked this shit? Is your impression that this is saying that like anti-maskers are like highly informed and very intelligent, or I don't. Also, I'm ready when you are, baby girl.
Okay, hold on. Let me fish a little bit.
Cringe, Lord.
Go, motherfucker! It's no, it's a plastic. Look, Jake. That's the mediocre player. Yeah.
Oh. That's what he thinks. The paper isn't saying that at all, from what I gather in the abstract and conclusion. Yeah, I think I'm seeing how he's reading this in the beginning, where they're talking about how, I think it's because he doesn't know how they're employing the use of the word rhetoric here. How pro and anti-mask groups alike leverage the rhetoric of data-driven decision-making to make their arguments. This just means that you're employing an argumentative style that appears to rely on data. It doesn't say that you're good at critically analyzing or reading data. I mean, I'm going to read more of this, but I don't think that this paper was making the argument that you think it was making. They're saying that anti-maskers are individualist critical thinkers and actually analyzing the data. I wonder if can I find that quote in here? Fuck, I'm curious where he's pulling this quote from, but. Seems like they're saying anti-maskers need to understand the science themselves in order to accept it. Something essentially impossible for most people on these topics without education. Yeah, it's an unfortunate, it's kind of like a weird, it's a weird paradox because people are like, oh, well, like, I like to read the study myself in order to come to a better understanding than just going by what the scientists say about it. And it's like, okay, but like, if you don't have the necessary background, you can pull whatever conclusion you want, especially when you're literally ignoring the conclusions and the abstracts, right? God damn it. Did we win or lose our last game that we played?
I lost it. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch this weapon. That'll be good.
No problem, man. There's no easier way to mine Hellstone than just to do these dumbass things one at a time, right, guys? And wait for the... It could be true that anti-maskers are critical thinkers, but they completely lack the knowledge and understanding to draw correct conclusions. I guess it depends on what you mean when you say critical thinking. Because when I think of critical thought, I think within critical thought, there's got to be some level of introspection or self-reflection that allows you to understand like your own kind of like cognitive biases or pitfalls, which seems to be like pretty completely not understood by a lot of anti-masking people, or by a lot of conspiracy theorists in general. You had to open the chest in the abyss. Those don't have Hellstone bars on them though, does it? You won the last duo game you played, then sold once in Aatrox going on.
No shot. You'd never lose.
I imagine the amount of conspiracy theorists that are actual critical thinkers would be the minority that just have by chance not finding it. Yeah, it's possible. Fuck, what was I looking for? What is this horrible song. You have to be... Christ.
Come on.
On what?
Just want my chests.
Why can't you read the text I've highlighted? It says exactly as I described. What, in your tweet? It sounds like this is just talking about how, like, the types of data sets that people prefer to look at and prefer to work with because they're more
Brian
easily accessible
Scholar,
or whatever.
10 Canadian dollars. Why can't you read the text I've highlighted? It say exactly as I described.
Like, the name of the study you're linking is literally Viral Visualizations, How Coronavirus Skeptics Use Orthodox Data Practices to Promote Unorthodox Science Online. Can't tell if I'm hearing sound effects on the camera somewhere. Oh, there's some worm that's trying to dig through somewhere, but he's fucking up. He's saying anti-vaxxers learn how to plot in MATLAB. Well, it sounds like the argument that the article is making, or that the study is making, is that there's like, I think to quote them, they said there's an epistemic rift. There's a difference in how anti-maskers think that science should work versus how academically it does work, or how we've traditionally done it. That rather than trusting higher institutions or more formal sources, that it should be something where like every individual person can verify the science that they want to. Every individual should be able to look and see if something is like real or false or whatever. So that's why there's like such a preference for these like highly visual like data models or these graphs and plots that are distributed, because then it gives everybody a chance to validate the findings. Did I not equip my lava waiter? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Play League, you dumb fuck. Chill.
We're working on it.
We wouldn't get his thing.
I just got it. Hold on, I just want to see what it does. Got a clownfish as well. Let's turn that in. Oh, I didn't even want it. There's a Reaver Shark. It's the 100% pick power thing. It's in there. I don't know if you want it, but it's there.
100% pick. Is that better than the...
I don't know. It's better than yours.
Oh, it's
You
the
just have
same.
to scroll stream. Looks cooler. It's a shark.
Yeah, that's what your mom said.
Prove it.
I wouldn't leak her logs.
Oh, they're so nice.
How the research says what I've highlighted. The research says that those guys are like programmers. They dig into the data. Yeah, but that's not necessarily a good thing, right? That's the problem. That's what's so hard to make people understand. Like digging into raw data.
You're not qualified to dig in the data. Probably,
Yeah, because it's
right?
there's drawing conclusions from data is a lot harder than just getting a bunch of data and mapping it out, right? But I guess it sounds like what the article, or not article, the study's trying to argue is that it's not really enough to just say that like, oh, well, it's because they don't understand like science or they're scientifically literate. It's more that they disagree with the process of how that data is gathered and interpreted. Why am I even looting? All of this is gonna be fucking garbage. I know it is.
You gnome fuck!
Visualizations in particular are highly malleable to show point destiny, especially when the audience has no idea what the proper metrics are. Very, very, very true. Especially when you're not careful on like how the axes are labeled and you get like really weird, like where data is drawn from, and like yeah, there's a lot of things that go into like making graphs and everything. You can tell a lot of stories depending on like where you're, like the dates that you're pulling your data from and how you're
Anatomy,
describing them.
$4.99.
as a quick thing, I don't know how relevant it is to this conversation. You're the first socialist that I've talked to that's been able to like concretely define like all three of those things, which is worrisome. I don't know if you run into a lot of socialists that can't seem to understand what socialism or communism or capitalism is, but just thank you for that. But
my name is Kevin Gustafson, and I'm the host of the Sensible Socialist podcast, which is, I think, a small podcast that doesn't have a huge amount of viewers or whatever, but it's a small little niche. And then I'm also the co-host of the All Things Co-op podcast, which is produced by Democracy at Work, which is Richard Wolff's whole outlet. So I consume a fair amount of YouTube and watch debates that I think are interesting and things like that. And obviously I've come across you. And so I was interested to hear the debate between you and Rick. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think it was honestly sort of disappointing in general. I think that I've talked to Rick a few times on my podcast and he definitely has a certain style, but I'm not sure it was really kind of tailored to what you normally do. I'm not sure how familiar he was with you. And so it was a very Rick Wolff style responses to some of the questions and stuff like that. And so there was a feeling for me, it was like, oh, I know, I think Rick's perspective fairly well. And I'm kind of in the cohort to a certain degree, producing content, at least under his name. And so I felt like I had a little bit more of an understanding of kind of where you've come from and stuff like that, and wanted to maybe address a few of the things that were left on the table and get into a few of the things specifically about like cooperatives. But, just even about sort of general definitional things about capitalism, socialism, communism. I do want to touch on the 5 things that you said you hadn't heard a socialist respond to, and just kind of be curious what you think my responses to those would be, just as a kind of, I think, presentation of a different perspective that you may or may not find a little bit easier to understand and slightly less annoying, because I can't promise I won't mention the word feudalism at some point in the conversation, but I definitely won't do it every response, which is absolutely a Rick Wolff style. So there's kind of, I don't know, there's like sort of 4 big things. There's kind of a definitional thing, like making sure you define terms so that we know how we're using them. Mm-hmm. Talking about those 5 things that you talked about with Rick and answering those sort of practical questions about cooperatives, specifically about like investment in cooperatives, and then even some kind of bigger sort of philosophical questions, because I think these all kind of tie in and they make it a lot easier to sort of talk about these things in a way that makes sense. And so I don't know if you have a preference in terms of what you want to do kind of first or way to go. I mean, I think definitions are always helpful to know what people are talking about, but I do think giving some of that philosophical background would help.
So real quick, just so that we can understand kind of like my purpose for definitions. So definitions are generally important because they make it so that we're having like a meaningful conversation. So whatever you're saying is responding to whatever I'm saying, and then we can engage with each other's ideas. But the reason why I usually push socialists for definitions a little bit more though, is because I noticed that a lot of them use a lot of these definitions in a very aggressive manner. And so if people are going to be like very big on attacking each other over labels, then I want to be very clear on what those labels mean. Yeah. So that was one of the big things with Richard Wolff, because we really didn't talk about anything. But like, so for instance, like in one of Richard Wolff's videos, it was a Gravel University one. It's like he uses phrases like American style capitalism, like stuff like that. And a lot of socialists will just offhandedly say things like fuck capitalists or fuck liberals in general. And it's like, okay, well, what do you mean when you say like capitalist or socialist or whatever? And then when I run into somebody like Wolff, and it feels like their definition of socialism completely tracks with like liberalism, it's a little bit frustrating then that there's like so much aggression online towards liberals when at the very least Richard Wolff seems to be totally okay with liberals, assuming they're okay with like big government intervention. So that's the only reason why I push a little bit harder on socialists for definitions, or anybody really with a definition. If somebody's going to attack somebody with a definition, then I want to be really clear that we know what we're talking about. I've had like fascists will try to say things like, oh, well, I think that Biden is a fascist. It's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Well, if you're going to use that to attack Biden, I really need to know what you mean by that then, because that's going to be really important in this conversation. But okay, go for it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I think that, and I actually found it again, very Rick Wolf style to talk about like three different versions of socialism. Like he did write a whole book, Understanding Socialism, that kind of laid that out. So I think he was kind of hearkening back to that. But it is frustrating to say then like, okay, cool, there's like maybe these three definitions. Which one do you hold on to? And that was...
He did say the third one, to be fair. It was just frustrating because it felt like we were kind of bouncing between all three at different points, depending on what argument we were talking about. But, yeah.
Yes. And I think that, I think Noam Chomsky said this and other people said this, but the words, sometimes words like capitalism and socialism have kind of been evacuated of meaning. The meaning like is like context dependent or dependent on the person you're talking to. You'll find as many definitions of socialism as you will socialists. And so I think it becomes very difficult to try to nail down some kind of like quote unquote textbook definition or something like that. It is really important to make sure with each individual person you talk to that you know what it is they're talking about. So if you want to start there, we can start there.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying there, 100%. But then at that point, I think I just echo like, did you watch Krugman talk to Richard Wolff? I would just echo Krugman's statement there. Then, like, why call yourself a socialist? Like, just use like liberal, because like socialist has so much baggage, and it does like have within it some truly abhorrent ideologies that Richard Wolff himself, I would hope, would like disavow. And like, why would you spend so much time like trying to find it when you're just like, oh yeah, like I'm like in favor of like more government intervention. Like I'm a very left-leaning Democrat. Like just say that, and you don't lose like 80% of the people like right off the bat by calling yourself a socialist. Like it feels like unnecessarily like instigatory, or I don't know if that's a word, but like you're trying to instigate like out of that.
Yeah. I mean, so for me, the reason that I kind of still use the word socialism and communism is to try to, in some ways, resurrect what I think are the actual defensible meanings of this against this like history of it being used for a lot of different things. I think there's been a lot of propaganda, including even from Rick. I mean, I think some of what Rick is doing is essentially propagandizing in a way of trying to like package very complex, nuanced, and large philosophical traditions into like bite-sized pieces, which is extremely difficult. It's why, like Chomsky obviously has a difficult time with concision, because these aren't easy things to talk about in very concise manners. And I think that kind of caught him up even in your discussion.
Sure.
So,
and I understand what you're saying there. I totally disagree, but we'll get to that in our conversation. I've noticed that I get into a lot of conversations with some people who try to say like, oh, well, it's just really complicated. And that's why I try to explain. I don't think that, at least in my conversation with Wolff, I don't think anything we were talking about was really that complicated. I don't think anything like was that impossible to understand. But
I agree with that. I think the philosophic tradition of Marxism is complicated. I think it has a long history. There's a lot of different strands. They agree on some things, they don't agree on other things. And so it creates this like really difficult situation to know even what the fuck someone's talking about.
Sure.
And so, okay. So at least for me, I tried to come up with definitions that would have generally the same kinds of aspects. So that would be like easier to kind of pull them apart and see the different constituent parts. So like for me, if we're talking about a definition of capitalism, I would say that capitalism is a mode of production in which, generally speaking, the means of production are owned, controlled, and managed by either a single person or a collection of people, and that the means of production are employed for the purposes of producing something that can be sold for a profit, that obviously being at a higher price than the cost of what it is, like of the cost of production.
Okay.
So that's a very simple definition of capitalism. I don't know what you would include that I haven't included, but I'd be curious about how you feel about that definition.
That 1,000,000,000% tracks onto my complete understanding of how like a socialist or anybody would define like capitalism. Your means of production are generally privately owned and managed, and your mode of production is like part of that is you're generally producing commodities. You're producing things for a profit, not like what's socially necessary or whatever. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just keep going on then. I think I want to break up a definition of socialism and then a definition of communism, just because I kind of want to use those, at least in the course of this conversation, for kind of what they are, knowing that like socialism usually gets the sort of over-encompassed meaning that someone might need by communism. So I'm going to be pretty particular here, and let me know if this is either annoying or overly pedantic, and we can figure out a definition that works. But to me, socialism is a kind of transition period, maybe something like mercantilism, where the working class, usually represented by one or several different groups or political parties, are able to assert dominance over or replace the existing apparatus, both social, political, and economic apparatus and their associate government bodies, and use a sort of legal process, some sort of legal process to expropriate individual and collective owners of the means of production and facilitate the transfer of those enterprises or firms to some sort of employee organizations, one that we might call worker self-directed enterprises or workers' councils or cooperatives, whatever we want to call it. So that's what I would define socialism as, like this transition phase until we get to a sort of communist period, right? Which is a mode of production in which, generally speaking, the means of production are owned, controlled, and managed by through principled democratic processes by those people who either add labor or potentially, this is a debatable question, but a debatable part, are like affected by or are stakeholders in the enterprises. And that those means of production are used for the purposes of producing, firstly, the satisfaction of basic needs of all the members of society. And then after that, to provide the ability to allow individuals to freely associate their labor in enterprises or firms engaged in pursuits beyond the satisfaction of mere basic needs. So those are that's what I would use as working definitions of these terms and phrases. And I just wonder how you feel about those definitions in terms of completeness and ability to kind of use in terms of facilitating a conversation.
Yeah, that's my understanding of all three terms so far. Yeah.
Cool. So if we turn to what I would like to do, maybe
Also, just as a quick thing, I don't know how relevant it is to this conversation. You're the first socialist that I've talked to that's been able to concretely define all three of those things, which is worrisome. I don't know if you run into a lot of socialists that can't seem to understand what socialism or communism or capitalism is, but okay.
Yeah, I've been playing in the playground of socialism since I was 15, and I'm 35 now. It's been consistently frustrating to have conversations with people for whom they claim to be adherents to a certain kind of ideology but couldn't explain the ideology. I think that for me too, there's a significant frustration with the number of people who would identify as socialists who are not in any way Marxists. I think that Marxist perspective as a sort of philosophical framework is extremely helpful to understand the world and how things relate and much beyond merely giving you a reason to be pissed off or something like that, which I was for a long time. But I think it's really a useful philosophical framework that if you have and understand, yes, you might get a kind of political or social or economic ideology that comes out of that. But in many ways, you just get a perspective on the world that I think is super useful that many socialists don't, I think, genuinely have. And it's difficult. I mean, the guy wrote 150 years ago in a very, European continental style. So it's kind of inaccessible in a lot of ways. And so that's part of to be shamelessly self-promoting. That's part of the reasons I'm doing the podcast that I'm doing is to try to talk about these ideas without getting too much into the ridiculous nitty gritty and not being super dogmatic, but in a way that's just able to be understood. And I think it's possible, but I agree with you. I think a lot of people, especially frankly on the online left, are not exceptionally good at putting arguments together. And I think I'm lucky in the fact that I went to school for philosophy, and so I studied for years on how to construct arguments and to how to put things together in a way that makes sense, and went to law school and have to do it for a living and stuff. And so I think that's a benefit that a lot of people, for a lot of different reasons, obviously don't have the kind of privilege to be able to spend years just sort of, making arguments and doing things better. But I appreciate that. And I think these definitions are in principle defensible positions. So it'd be interesting where we disagree on them. But I think it would be helpful for me. I know that I've heard enough of you saying your perspective. You said this in your opening when you were talking to Rick, was when you think about economics, you don't see it in a moralistic framework sort of at all. I'm not sure if you see it as value free or how you kind of understand or would be able to equate one sort of economic system compared to another. What if there aren't values, or if we're not sneaking in values, which I don't want to claim that you're doing, what is it that you would use to judge one kind of economic system over a different economic system in terms of just evaluating them?
So for I consider like a lot of economics descriptive. So when we look at, for instance, like how do we value labor or how do we value like goods and services, like I would look at a lot of these descriptively. And then when I think of like how do I want to, like what do I want in society, like how ought things be distributed or whatever, I would look at these types of things from a moralistic framework, I guess. Okay, so what is your philosophy background?
I mean, I studied mostly 19th century German philosophy.
So what does that mean? Are we talking like Kant and
Hegel,
shit?
Marx, Nietzsche,
Okay.
into like Kierkegaard, and so sort
Gotcha.
of Hegelian philosophy mostly.
Okay, so then I think technically then if we're like super philosophy bro, and I think technically what I just said doesn't really make sense, because you're going to have some normative claim. For instance, when you tell me how do you evaluate what's a good economic system, well, technically you can't argue that like this is better than this without introducing some aspect of morality, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Some value claim.
Sure, for sure. I understand that. So so if we're gonna get that deep into it, so the value claim that I look at is more just like what like is the most efficient way. Have you ever heard of the term like a Pareto efficiency? I might be pronouncing that incorrectly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So like what is like the most efficient way to allocate like capital in society in such a way that we like maximize the efficiency of our economy is basically kind of what I look at for any economic system. I realize that type of allocation is probably going to lead to a lot of inequalities. And then for anything that exists that I don't like, so like say you've got people that work and can't afford healthcare or housing, those things you would seek to alleviate with government policy. That's like the mode of analysis, I guess I would say I take when it comes to like economies and governments. Yeah.
So you wouldn't, do you not accept that there's this kind of notion of political economy, that you really can't sort of separate politics and economics in a nice kind of clean way?
No, I definitely acknowledge that. It'll just depend on the type of conversation we're having. So for instance, if you wanted to debate me on morality, I probably wouldn't say that like I believe much in like a minimum wage. If you want to debate me on like the efficient allocation of goods and services in society or whatever, I probably wouldn't agree with minimum wage. But if you want to talk about like should the Democrats push for a minimum wage in the United States for $15 an hour, yeah, of course, because the political capital is really important. I think that people probably feel better with a $15 an hour minimum wage for a whole bunch of reasons that might not make economic sense, but might make sense in other ways, if that makes sense. So I do agree that you like people don't divorce all of these things intrinsically.
Yeah. So in some ways, would you be of the mind that the sort of government policy is in most times useful for either directing or cleaning up what the economic system doesn't inherently provide?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean that's standard sort of liberalism, right? The idea that there's a recognition that there are things like market failures and perverse incentives and all those kinds of things, and that you accept those because of the ability to be efficient and deliver, I would say, commodities and services to a sufficient degree that you would be willing to accept the sort of problems of capitalism, so long as you have a working government that would be able to alleviate as much as possible those problems.
Exactly.
Okay. So there's a lot of questions, I guess, in terms of why is it possible in your view that you could come up with an economic cure for some of the problems that we see in capitalism, like market failures and perverse incentives?
A market cure. So if we consider things like social wealth funds market cures, I think that like those things I'm kind of on board with for sure. There might be like, I just haven't seen them in practice, but there might be some level of like mandatory like worker distribution of profits or something maybe that I could be on board with. Like there's stuff like that. I say this a lot and nobody believes me, so whatever, but like I'm not really married to the idea of capitalism. Like I'm looking at like, well, what produces the best for the most people at the end of the day, kind of like a Rawlsian thing. And then that's generally what I go with. So like it is conceivable that somebody could say, well, okay, well, if workers owned all the means of productions, we lose like a little bit of efficiency. Sure. Okay. Destiny, like it's not as efficient. However, like we don't need like 80% of of our government programs now because the distribution of resources in society is so much more equitable that we can just like scrap so much. And like that creates like so many external positive effects. It's like, okay, yeah, fuck it. I'll take a little bit of a trade-off there if it really does lead to so many good outcomes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there are questions in my mind, like in terms of the good outcomes. I want to like think about the issue of, say, slavery, or the owning of individuals for the purposes of using their labor. If there's a kind of amoral position on economic questions.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. So like it sounds bad and I have to qualify this a million times, but like I would easily bite the bullet and I would say that if we could theoretically create such a world, I don't believe it exists now, but if we created a world where there was like a master owning class and slaves, but in this world, like every single slave had like access to healthcare, the ability to, you know, consume media and, you know, go to school for what they want and et cetera, but they had to work like, you know, 6 hours or 8 hours a day that was dictated by their masterminds, whatever. You know, assuming that like all the other outcomes were good, I would prefer that over like some post-apocalyptic nightmare where everybody has like Mad Max ultimate freedom, but like everybody's life fucking sucks.
Yeah, so there's competing values in terms of freedom over, let's say, some kind of social security. I guess so. I'm interested in what is the kind of point at which you would choose one or the other. How do you kind of